Hello and welcome to Facebook. In this video, we will be discussing the updated hiring process, eligibility and pattern for Cognizant for 2021 passouts. Cognizant is expected to kickstart its 2021 on-campus recruitment very imminently. In fact, quite a few colleges are expected to have their on-campus hiring for Cognizant starting as early as first and second weeks of October 2020. So in this video, we will cover the eligibility criteria, the updated recruitment process. So Cognizant has released official notification with respect to what is the updated recruitment process, what does it mean for you as a student, and how do you go about preparing that, and what insights do we have from last year that you can apply in terms of ensuring that you do well in this new updated recruitment process. Let's first come to the role and package. So this time Cognizant is offering two roles for the on-campus 2021 passout recruitment. The first role is called the Gen C role, and here the post-probation package is 4,50,500 per annum. Now this role also comes with the caveat that there will be a particular period of probation where there would be performance targets that are set for the candidates. But the initial compensation when candidates kickstart their overall their onboarding process, they will end up having an initial compensation of 4.01986 per annum. So this is the Gen C package, the first level package that's offered for 2021 passouts on campus. There is also a higher package called Gen C Next, which is going to be the 6.75 lakhs per annum package. And both of these packages are open only to select colleges which are tied up with Cognizant. In terms of the registration process of candidates, it is already underway in campuses. There is a particular eligibility criteria which Cognizant has revealed to campuses, and it is using that recruitment process that Cognizant hire for both of these roles, Gen C and Gen C Next. Now the way the hiring process basically works is that it would allow candidates a shot at both of the roles, Gen C and Gen C Next. We'll talk about that in the next part of this video. Before that, we'll talk about the updated eligibility criteria. First is the year of passout has to be 2021 passout, so only 2021 passouts are eligible for this particular recruitment process. However, from time to time, Cognizant does open up off-campus drives. So when there are official off-campus drive notifications from Facebook, we will keep you notified. But this particular hiring is only for 2021 on-campus. In terms of degrees and streams, all streams from BE, BTech, ME, MTech, MCA and MS Software Engineering, which is the 5-year integrated course, as long as you belong to any discipline from these degrees, you are eligible for the process. You need to have a consistent academic record of minimum 60% in 10th, 12th, diploma, UG and PG. Now the way this is considered, the way it is calculated by taking into account all subjects. So the way the calculation that Cognizant has in fact advised campuses to do before verification of candidate registration is that they do an aggregate calculation percentage, which is done by sum of all subject marks that you have scored in your particular degree, be it UG or PG, that divided by the total number of subjects as of whatever would have been the last semester results that would have been declared in your particular degree, UG or PG. Now, at the time of joining, you will also need to ensure that you maintain minimum 60% aggregate with no standing arrears. That is a very, very important criteria. At the time of appearing for the process also, the criteria is very clear. There are no active backlogs which are allowed for the on-campus recruitment process. So, you cannot have active backlogs at the time of appearing for the process or registration and also the time of joining. With respect to academic gap, there is a leeway here where candidates with even 2 years of gap in their education, they will also be allowed to participate in this process. And the official communication that is notified by Cognizant clearly reveals that candidates need to be flexible to work in any location, shift or domain. So perhaps once the pandemic subsides, Cognizant will start giving out particular job locations to candidates and they will have to be flexible taking up any location inside the country. So this is the updated eligibility criteria that is of concern for 2021 passouts for this recruitment process. Now let's come to the updated Cognizant recruitment process. So what has changed? So quite a few things have changed. So we saw that the package has changed. So there are two roles right now, Gen C and Gen C Next. Now let's try to understand how exactly does this entire process work. So it all starts with round 1. So round 1, as per the official communication by Cognizant, states that there will be a test of two things. So there will be a test of aptitude and then there will be a test of debugging. Now, debugging is not new to Cognizant. In previous years also, Cognizant has conducted debugging through a particular section called Automata Fix, which is in fact hosted by Aspiring Minds AMCAD platform. Now, with respect to whatever information that colleges who are tied up with Cognizant have been receiving, what Cognizant means by aptitude is two things. It is expected to be quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning. So these are also not new to Cognizant. They have been tested in previous years also. But one strong speculation that has been doing the rounds amongst colleges is that this time there is no verbal ability section. However, that will instead be replaced by a writing ability essay writing section. While this does not play a role in the official PDF that Cognizant has released, quite a few colleges who have participated in conference calls with Cognizant have been intimated that their students need to be prepared for taking on an essay writing round. Now, once round 1 is done, so there are multiple pathways from round 1. So, first is there is a particular cutoff that you need to clear. So that is called the Gen C round 2 criteria. So there will be a particular cutoff that you need to clear in this. So here definitely they are expected to be sectional cutoff. So if there's going to be quant separately, logical separately, writing separate, debugging separately, there is expected to be sectional cutoff in this. And once you clear this test, once you clear the criteria, then you will be taken to the round 2, which is the Gen C interview process. So the Gen C interview process is where you will need to display what Cognizant calls technical ability, cognitive ability and right attitude, which is nothing but technical proficiency, problem solving skills, as well as your overall HR fitment. So this is nothing but expect to be a usual technical HR interview, where in the technical process you are expected to answer questions which are expected to be from your areas of strength. So what areas of your strength, what projects you have done, what internships you have done, right? What languages and concepts that you are strong in. So you will be expected to answer questions on that. And how much do you understand Cognizant as a company? How much do you understand the industry that Cognizant works in? Right? This is what is tested in the HR interview process. Now, if you end up clearing this, you end up getting the Gen C package. So like I said, the Gen C package is 4.5 lakhs per annum. Now, here is where the interesting things start happening. Now, there is also a cutoff from round 1, which is slightly expected to be a higher cutoff. So if you end up having a higher cutoff, if you end up clearing a higher cutoff, so there's going to be one cutoff that will allow you to go to something called round 2. So this purple color thing that you see is for Gen C Next. So the Gen C Next role itself is going to have its own round 2. That is why this is called the Gen C Next round 2 criteria. So if you clear a higher criteria, so which means that all the top performers from round 1, they will be taken to Gen C Next ka round 2, which is called the programming and problem solving round. So here they are expected to be two sections. Both of these sections are expected to test you on coding skills. And the first section is expected to be a medium coding question. And the second question is expected to be a hard question, where your overall problem solving skills, your understanding of data structures, algorithmic techniques, or in short, your ability to write code that is space optimized and time optimized, right? All of these skills are expected to be tested in the hard coding question, which is going to be the section 2. Now, if you clear, so there is a particular pathway from here where you clear this, you don't clear this. So if you end up clearing this Gen C Next, that is Gen C Next ka programming and problem solving round, then you will be taken to Gen C Next interview, which is the third round in the Gen C Next process. So this is going to be a tougher technical interview, which is not going to be a very straightforward test of your technical expertise alone. In fact, it will test You can expect questions where specific problems are given to you, very tough problem solving skills are tested, where you could expect being given a particular coding question, you could be asked to explain the optimal logic for that. You could be tested on whether how well you understand algorithmic techniques in terms of writing code that is space optimal as well as time optimal. Your strong understanding in terms of programming concepts across whatever is your programming language of choice, as well as overall data structures, that is also going to be tested. Apart from this, there will be usual HR questions to test your attitude fitment and your understanding of the company and the industry. So if you clear this, then you end up getting the Gen C Next package, the highest fresher package offered by Cognizant this year. Now, if you do not clear the round 2 of Gen C Next, now that is not the end of the road for you. You will in fact be allowed to take part in the Gen C interview process, which means that if you clear this particular interview process, you will then be allowed to get a package of 4.5 lakhs per annum. Let's try to understand some key takeaways that will help you understand what happened last year in the Cognizant test. So until last year, the test platform which was used for conducting this recruitment process was AMCAT, Aspiring Minds. So perhaps there could be a repeat. You could see a repeat where this year also you could end up seeing the test being conducted with AMCAT. So if that is, then you can expect the process to be conducted in a remote manner, which means the test will be web proctored this time. So until last year, there was no negative marking in the test. At the same time, there was no intersectional navigation possible, where you could not navigate between sections if you finished a section, or if you were in the middle of a section, you had to finish one and then only go to the next, and you cannot jump back between sections. A few other things that also happened last year was every question was mandatory, you cannot skip it, and once you answer a question, you will not be able to go back and change the answer for a question. These were all points which happened as of the recruitment process last year. You could end up seeing a repeat of this year as well. However, this knowledge will help you understand with respect to what has happened so far so that you stay mentally prepared. Now, with the recruitment process changing, we are also providing you with an updated syllabus which will help you overall understand what topics to prepare on, what topics to focus on. So we've been closely watching the Cognizant recruitment process of the last several years. So with that confidence, here is the updated syllabus you need to prepare on. So quantitative aptitude, which is expected to be tested in aptitude, is going to have questions that historically have had a lot of questions from numbers, profit and loss, partnerships, averages and weighted averages, time and work, permutation combination probability, percentages, simple and compound interest, ratios, proportions, mixtures, allegations, algebraic expressions, time, speed and distance, functions, surds indices. These have all been topics in which questions tend to be asked in quantitative aptitude for Cognizant. Then comes logical reasoning. In logical reasoning, you can expect questions on coding and decoding, number series, analogy, odd man out, visual reasoning, data arrangements, which is seating arrangement, circular arrangement, multidimensional arrangement. You can also have questions on blood relations, attention to detail, clocks, calendars, cubes, direction sense, data interpretation as well as data sufficiency. Now, with respect to debugging, the way the debugging round has historically worked is you tend to have three kinds of questions and you can choose your language of choice between C, C++ and Java. And the three questions have usually been code reuse. So code reuse basically is a question where you are given a problem statement and test cases and a part of the code has been written. You need to complete the rest of the code. So for instance, you will end up having a question where the main function would be written and you need to complete the user-defined function to ensure that the program executes. The next one is called a compilation or a syntactical error, where you are given a problem statement, a code is already given, but the code has got syntax or compilation errors. You need to fix it, edit the code to ensure that the code works, the test cases are getting passed. And finally, you will have logical errors. So you can again have a problem statement with code already given to you and you need to debug the program for logical mistakes. and you need to make the code work and compile it. Okay. So this is how the debugging round has always worked in Cognizant. You need to prepare to answer questions of these types. You need to practice questions of these types. You need to be strong in the concepts, and you also need to practice a lot of questions to ensure that you do well in this particular section. Then there is the coding section for Gen C Next. So here, since there are expected to be two sections, right, the first section is expected to test you on your knowledge of fundamentals of programming. So whatever language that you choose, you need to be strong in arrays, strings, functions, pointers, as well as operators. All of the fundamentals of programming, whatever that you pick as your language of choice for this coding. Now, as the recruitment process clearly states, you can also have a second section where your problem solving skills with respect to tougher problems, where you need to perhaps solve questions that are math based in nature, logic based in nature. You will also need to display your understanding of data structures, where you need to master all the important data structures, linked list, stack, trees, queues, tries and graphs, not just knowing what they are, but knowing how to apply them. You will also need to ensure that you understand the major algorithmic techniques. So dynamic programming, backtracking, branching and bounding, bitwise, greedy. These are some of the 5 most important algorithmic techniques. Of course, this is not the list of all algorithms in the world. There are so many algorithms in the world, right? But you definitely need to ensure that you know these algorithmic techniques to ensure that you are able to apply these across various different algorithms which you can pick up and write code that is time efficient as well as space efficient. Now, while there isn't exactly a syllabus for the expected writing section, which is highly anticipated to happen, you are expected to write not more than one write-up or an essay, where you are expected to write in clean grammar as well as clean vocabulary. So as long as you practice these two things, you will be able to do well in the writing section if it materializes in the actual recruitment process. Now, to help you prepare and help you ace the Cognizant recruitment, as you would know, FacePrep has got its own Cognizant Cracker, our online self-paced course, which exposes you to 350 plus most asked previous year CTS questions. This is right now updated with a new pattern. You will have detailed video explanations for all the questions, and overall the course comes to 30 hours of self-paced learning on our AI-powered adaptive learning platform, which gives you a fun-filled learning experience. You have course access for 3 months from the date of purchase, which is all the support that you need in terms of ensuring that you do well in the Cognizant recruitment process. And one of the hallmarks of all of FacePrep's courses is that we update our subscribers with latest and real-time updates with respect to what's happening in recruitment drives. So recruitment drives tend to have pattern changes, topic changes, element changes. So we keep our eyes and ears to the ground, just like how we have done to release this video with respect to ensuring that you stay on top with respect to what's happening. And you will be able to enroll for this course at just ₹399. You can click on the link in the description of this video and enroll for the course right away. It's an online self-paced course which you can learn at your own pace. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please stay tuned to this channel to get updates on more such important announcements, more such important recruitment process and updates that will help you ensure that you land your dream job.
Hey YouTube, how are you doing? Stay tuned to FacePrep for more awesome videos. Don't forget to subscribe.